Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your monthly reading with me. This is going to be for November. All right, so let's dive in together. Let's see what this new month is going to be bringing for you. Let's dive in. So I already got the bear that came out for you, your animal spirit for the month. And this is what it has to say. After a long winter, the bear arises from deep slumber. At first, movement and effort are difficult, but the bear knows it's time to awaken and move towards the dawning light. The bear card represents an individual on the cusp of new direction, so that's you, and personal transformation. The initial weeks and months of the spiritual quest may feel tricky, cumbersome, and full of obstacles, but you have no choice, bear. Winter wanes, the warmth of spring emerges, and your transformation begins. So November is marking you waking up. Maybe this is an actual spiritual awakening of some kind for you guys, Capricorn. But either way, you guys are starting some new things, or a new energy is emerging in the month of November for you. So that looks pretty good. You're waking up during this month, which feels awesome. So maybe you felt like you've been in hibernation for a little bit during, the last few months, maybe October and so forth. But this is a month where you're deciding, like it's time. That's what the card was saying. You got no choice. It's time to awaken, coming out of that warm little cave and starting to put yourself out there. All right, let's see what else is going on for Capricorn during this month. And you have no place like home, which is very interesting. There is this energy of hermit coming through for you, which can represent that maybe you guys have been by yourself for a little time now. Maybe you've been going on a solo journey of some sort in your life, and there's no place like home. It's interesting how I want to pull more cards out for you, but usually how I read this card is like keeping to yourself is a good thing, because you're elevating your energies, you're protecting your energies, and probably I always see this as you're coming out the darkness and leaving that darkness behind, that dark life behind. That could be certain old friendships that just don't align with you anymore. You're changing your goals at this time in November. And I feel like protecting your energy is going to be such a sacred thing for you guys to do during this month, because you're rising up, you're elevating, you are opening yourself up to new opportunities and possibilities. So don't be afraid of letting go of things that, again, like just don't align with you anymore, and distancing yourself at the very least to these things. Now, no place like home, as I said. I don't know if you will be spending time, by yourself, because usually this would be you're in hibernation mode. But I feel like this is also this element of you're elevating. So yes, removing anything that might be more negative, any karmic cycles that you're in. And that, again, could just be lessons that you need to learn. It's time to learn it. It's time to actually take action on the lessons that you've learned. So detaching really fully from a lot of things, but putting yourself out there into the new. That's kind of what it feels. Anyway, let's see what they're talking about here for you. What's going on for Capricorn in a month of November? So some of you will come across a financial opportunity. When a man holding a coin comes in, it could, of course, be a specific person who is offering you this opportunity. You could be the man holding a coin, however it relates to you. Either way, this is a month about your stability. This is a month about your finances, and this is a month about your career and your stability in general, right? Home life, whatever it may be, and maybe even your resources, how you spend your time and energy. Now, when the man holding a coin comes up, it is about making more in the long term, so having more time in the future, right? So maybe what you're doing now is building up the efforts so you can then relax a bit more in the future. So maybe that's financial freedom that you're working on. Maybe that's detaching again from certain things that just don't align with you anymore, so you can have more time for better things. Like whatever it is you're doing some work during this month that's going to affect your future. So it's big moves. You may not see it during this month, but it's big moves that you guys are making. All right. And again, an opportunity will arise during this month. So some of you might find a home, right? No place like home. Man holding a coin, that could be a contract. Okay. This could be a time where you're deciding to move, or again, change jobs and stuff like that, or maybe go a bit higher, because you have success being your theme for the month as well. So the affirmation for this card says, I know that there is no greater goal than to love. And I feel like as you're entering a loving energy, doing more things that you love to do, being more kind, compassionate to yourself and to others, is bringing in more success for you. So it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous energy. Let's be honest. Right. I've got some more cards for you over here if I can grab it. These are going to give you some random things that might also happen during this month. Okay, it's an exciting month apparently. You're a fair man. Now, this could be this person, dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. That could be important. That could also be describing you. And then you have excitement coming up. So this is an exciting chapter during the month of November. It doesn't feel like it in the beginning. You know, I feel like some of you need to stretch a bit more, do some more yoga or something like that, because I'm just getting like, I feel like creaky bones. You know, when you've just been resting for so long, sleeping for long, and then you just get up and start stretching, and it just feels like, I don't know. This can also just be a bit of a metaphor for the fact that things are not going to be flowing very easily in the beginning. Now that you're starting these new things, right? You might need to stretch a bit more, practice a little bit more, whatever you're doing. Okay, but anyway, what does that mean? Well, in terms of your job, for example, maybe you're coming out of hibernation, deciding that you want to focus more on growth instead of comfort. So it's going to be a little bit of a journey, but it's going to get easier over time. Okay, you have stuff you'll be taken care of in difficult times. So if anything does come up during this month, just know that everything's going to be okay. This looks like a good month for you. You have Dolphin, which says financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. So maybe some old projects or old paths are bringing you in some money. And then you have money path as well. So it's not a Capricorn reading if we're not talking about success and money. Okay, a path with money is waiting for you to find it. Interesting. So this looks very good for those of you, you know, who are really focusing on your career. All right, let's see. What other messages do you have for Capricorn during the month of November? What's happening in November? Eight of Swords with the High Priestess. So this feels like subconscious limitations that you guys are going to be called to come out of. Eight of Swords is feeling a bit trapped, stuck. I don't know how I'm going to get out of the situation or move forward. How am I going to have success? I can't see out of my current situation. This card does kind of invite you to take the blindfold off, meaning get out of your head and stop just looking and thinking about your problems and start to find solutions. There is always a way out of a situation or into something new, right? So this is just a little bit of a little reminder that sometimes these things are subconscious beliefs that we need to kind of retrain ourselves. So the High Priestess being here is also about trusting in your intuition and your inner guidance to guide you towards maybe a new solution or a way forward. We'll dive into that. I just want to see what else is going to come up for you for November. 10 of Cups is a happy month. It's a very good month for you guys. And the Strength card, love it. That is a very strong, happy community, happy family, and also just being bold and finding, emotional fulfillment. Why is the Eight of Swords here as a message for November? Interesting. What exactly is the feeling of being stuck? Where is that coming from? Ace of Wands. And the Knight of Pentacles, which is, again, maybe that man holding a coin. This is about a new adventure coming up, again, in terms of career, in terms of finances. Ace of Wands is a new idea, new beginning. Maybe it's about relocation or, again, just a new project coming up. And it is going to be something that you might want to invest in. So when we're asking about why you feel stuck, I don't know. I feel like maybe it's just that you have been in hibernation and that you're quite used to a certain way of being. And this might, be calling for a bit more effort and energy. And that's something that you need to kind of gradually build up. But whatever you feel is holding you back, I feel like this is a great opportunity. 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups, this is wish fulfillment, something that's going to make you extremely happy during this month. So go for it, okay? Absolutely. All right, so why is the High Priestess here? Interesting indeed. Because the High Priestess, again, is about your intuition. She is the seer of the deck, right? She's very psychic. She knows all the answers of the universe. So it is about your intuition and that you know what you need to do. It can also be, again, the subconscious mind. Again, it's like a deeper, under the veil. 6 of Cups, 8 of Cups were the ones that came up first. 6 of Cups is about the past. Maybe your childhood. It could be about soulmate connections. 8 of Cups is about walking away from things that don't serve you, to do with your past. Again, that can be familiarity, things that you've been very comfortable with. Maybe it's time to grow and meet new people. Maybe it's time to, again, come outside what's familiar and start to walk a bit more into the unknown. It doesn't have to be anything drastic. It could also be, again, leaving behind conditioning from the past, right? Old memories. It's Mercury retrograde during this month as well, which means that a lot of past energy is coming back up. We're almost going a bit backwards here so that we can reassess things. So if you do have random memories or you do have random people coming up, it's all kind of hinting towards walking away from things that just don't serve you anymore, and understanding. So I wonder, just a very random message for some, that maybe some of you have felt quite nostalgic about someone. Maybe you've missed someone, and I almost feel maybe you've already outgrown them in a way, or that you're just on a different alignment. And I think some of you, someone out there that I'm connecting to, maybe romanticize it a little bit in your mind. And what you might realize is that when this comes back up, maybe you pop up to them, maybe you send them a message or whatever. I feel like you'll realize, actually, I understand now why we're not talking much anymore, because I feel like we're on different levels. And at this dynamic friendship, whatever it may be, just isn't gonna give me the fulfillment that I know that I can have, and maybe the same for the other person. So it doesn't feel too harsh, I'm not gonna lie. It just feels like an understanding that it's not right for you, and that's all. So that's just for someone out there. Now, Seven of Pentacles as well is kind of a card where we are waiting for results in our life. Sometimes this card does come with a reminder that now's not the time to harvest, it's the time to grow. There's still some work to do. Maybe we need to rearrange or figure out how we can grow faster. That's fine. But at the end of the day, this is not a time to harvest. What does that mean with the High Priestess? If there is something that you feel is missing in your life, really dive within yourself to find it, because the answers are going to be within you at this time, okay? Why is the Ten of Cups here for the month of November? King of Wands could be dealing with a fire sign, in a relationship with a fire sign, Leo, Sag, or Aries. But this just feels really good for you guys in terms of career and your workspace, but also just in terms of the home. The King of Wands is known to be great in terms of being bubbly, charismatic, being very adaptable, right? So maybe not everything is perfect during this month, but it just feels like everything's happy, and that feels nice. Why is the Strength card here for Capricorn? So Seven of Wands, despite maybe what's coming up, despite maybe the temptations to go back to old things, maybe the temptation, the Strength coming up again as I split that, which is funny. The temptations of things that you know you want to detach yourself from, right? Like this No Place Like Home card is about karmic cycles, like the Devil is. The Seven of Wands in the Strength card is saying that despite whatever you're up against during this month, you will have success. So this is going to be a very good month for you, Capricorn, where everything just seems to be working in your favor, even when it doesn't seem like it is. Anything else about this? The Knight of Wands, going after your dreams and goals. Travel coming up for some of you, but it's just being optimistic during this month and feeling ambitious enough to go after things that just bring you excitement and curiosity. Anything else with the Ten of Cups? Oh, interesting. Six of Pentacles are reversed. Why is this reversed here? It's about balance. So again, Six of Pentacles, it's weird to come up reversed because it's almost like, I feel like it has similar meaning anyways, where it's like you're paying attention a bit to who you're giving your time and energy to so that you can find balance. It makes sense with what I was saying earlier. Why would it be reversed? Well, Two of Pentacles states that it's still about balance. Again, I feel like it's because you're paying attention to what's actually going to help you grow in life. And that could be people who help you grow, right? Because again, Ten of Cups for me is about community. And that can, again, be friendship. Surrounding yourself with the right kinds of people during this month is going to be so important. Two of Pentacles, you're going to be very busy during this month. Why is this reversed? The Five of Wands. So again, you're not giving to conflict during this month. And maybe there's some argumentative people around you during this month, but it just feels like you're not giving your time and energy. You're busy building in your life. Two of Pentacles can also be that you guys, again, have some choices to make and some actions to take in regards to maybe opening up this money path for yourself. I feel like if you meet a decision during the month of November, it really is your call. You can get people's advice and opinions about it, but I don't think that they know or see it as clearly as you do. So trust your own inner guidance, and you need to make that decision yourself. Okay, for some of you out there, you can make good decisions, Capricorn. You're the King of Wands here during this month, so don't forget it. And that staff you'll be taken care of in difficult times. I almost feel like this new idea or this new project or whatever it is going to be that staff, that thing that's going to take you forward. Okay. So a bunch of different messages there for you, Capricorn, but I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, let me know in the comment section how it resonated with you. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. But aside from that, I'll see you guys next time.